Good day, and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can make some money in World of Warcraft. Now, I'm not going to be giving you any crazy secrets here. Hi, Ellie. I'm not going to be giving you guys any crazy secrets here. The thing is, to be honest with you, making money in World of Warcraft, a lot of money in World of Warcraft, is something that's for more hardcore players. And I will eventually do a guide on how to make money as a more hardcore player. But as a casual player, maybe you're like me, you are down to your last 185 gold because you've just been raiding and bought a whole bunch of flasks and you bought a whole bunch of enchantments because you're trying to clear raids with your friends and you really wanted to not let them down. So you decided to go buy a whole bunch of these things, and now you're out of money, and you need to find a way to make money. Now, obviously, a lot of people will say professions, alchemy, inscription, enchanting, tailoring, all of these professions. They're not wrong. Professions can make you huge money, but we want to find out how we can make money casually. Now, there's a couple ways. I'm going to point out my favorite casual ways. There's about 4 of them. So bear with me. You may know some of these, you may not know some of these, but hopefully by the end of this, you'll find a way to make a decent, reliable source of gold in World of Warcraft. So the first one I'm going to point out is world quests. A specific type of world quest, but races. You thought I was going to say this one, but I'm not yet. Races are the #1 world quest that I like to do for a bit of money. They're very quick, they're very, very, very easy to do, and they drop, I believe, 500 gold per race, and they refresh every day. You get new ones every day. I don't think you get all 4 every day, but they're a great way to make money. Super duper quick. You don't have to beat them in a certain time limit. You don't have to beat them in a with a gold or anything like that. All you have to do is simply beat them and you'll be able to get it. You can do the basic course, it doesn't matter, it will not change your reward. And yeah, it takes you about a minute to do, which is great. You can do it one-handed if you've done it before. You're not looking to do it with a high ranking. I myself have done all of them on gold, at least the basic courses. And yeah, it's a fantastic way to earn a little bit of extra dosh on the side. The main reason being is the speed of it and what you can do in between, which I'll talk to you guys about once we finish the race. But the real thing is it's usually located 1 per section and they refresh every single day. So if you think about that, there are 4 zones. In each of those 4 zones, you will have 1 dragon riding quest that will give you a surplus of 500 gold. There you go. So we finished the race, and then now we can open it up, and you can see 527 gold. Fantastic. So you will have 1 in each section. As you can see, there was 1 in Anaran Plains. If we go to here, you can see there's 1 in Emberflow. I need to do the siege on Dragonbane Keep at some point. But you can see here there's 1 in Waking Shores. There will be 1 in Thaldraszus as well, which should be here. Yep, there we go. Complete the race. And there should be 1 in Azure Span as well. There, complete the race. So very, 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 very high valuable kind of races. You can do 4 each day and you'll get yourself 2,000 gold. So immediately that's 2,000 gold. In the space of, to fly to each of these, probably 20 minutes to get 2,000 gold. So very, very simple. The next one is going to be looking for world quests. You can do the Cataloger's Raft. These world quests are also very, very quick and simple. Very, very simple. Climbing gear required. Also very, very simple. Will be done super, super easily. You can do some fishing quests for money as well. And yeah, obviously, as I pointed out a little bit earlier, you can also do this Gladiators quest for money. These are less consistent, so races will always give you money, whereas these quests will give you money, but not like all the time. Sometimes this will give you primal chaos, sometimes it will give you other rewards. Try and avoid these ones, percentage based ones. They take longer, to be honest with you, and they're just not as efficient. Now, while you're world questing, you still want to make money. I think that's pretty obvious. And one way you can do that is, let's say you're not the best crafter in the world, that doesn't matter. What you're going to be doing is much simpler than crafting. You're going to be gathering. So gathering is probably like one of the easiest ways to make a bit of money. When you are gathering, you will pick up resources, and you can sell these resources raw as they are on the auction house. It's not going to get you lots, but as you move from quest to quest, we'll just quickly start traveling here, and you stop in every single location, to get your hands on some mining ore. You can pick up some valuable resources. Kazarite ore, some dragon ore. As you level your mining, you can increase your mining skills and specializations, which will allow you to gain even more value while you're moving from quest to quest. And the thing is gathering, it can be skinning as well, it can be herbalism. Gathering is something that doesn't require a lot of time or effort into. You don't need to get into the nitty gritty to make it valuable to you. Even the most basic of resources will still be worth some gold when you get to the end game, because crafters will always be buying it. Now you can look at more refinement later on, but generally speaking, it's not something that's entirely necessary. And I'm going to talk about a specific material that you can gather that's going to give you some additional wealth. So let's just kill this boss here for another 500 tasty gold. And then I'm going to go talk about a specific item that you can gather that will give you quite a decent amount of gold, and a specialization that you can spec into that will also give you a very decent amount of gold. So we managed to clear this quest, fantastic. And now when I talk about that specific that specific resource, it's one that's used in crafting at all levels, which is what makes it very valuable. It's used in high level crafting, low level crafting. It's very valuable across the board, and quite frankly, it's something that requires a little bit more understanding to get a lot of, which is why it tends to retain its value quite a bit, and also it can be worth quite a bit for players to pick up at a certain point. So I'm just going to find another mining node so I can explain the difference. Hopefully I can find perfect. Okay, so this is an elemental mining node. Elemental mining nodes have a chance to drop these rousing orders, or the rousing decay, well, not rousing decay, but rousing fire, rousing earth, rousing order, rousing wind, depending on what profession you've taken. Now, if you're into your professions and you go into your mining or gathering journal, you will see there's always a mastering the element specialization. Now, this is very, very good if you are looking to make money casually, because this specialization allows you, to acquire additional rousing fire, to acquire additional rousing earth, to acquire additional rousing, what is this, rousing wind? Oh no, this is the gateways one. And this is your ability to gather elemental essences. So primal deposits now have a chance to contain rousing air or rousing frost. And this one just increased. This one's the least important. But yeah, this is very, very, very important. It allows you to expand your range of essences that you grab. It'll be different for each gathering profession. And here, this one's also important because this one allows you to actually overload the elements. So you learn elemental overload, which allows you to channel energy into elemental deposits for unique bonuses and effects. And it's probably the first one you want to get with your gathering professions if you're looking to gain money, because elemental nodes are going to be the ones that are the most important. The second one that's going to be most important is going to be This one, which improves your ability to find deposits and rare materials found within them. So if you're looking, you want to grab this, and you want to grab these two. And ideally, you want to max out this one first, because this one allows you to uncover limited diamonds when mining rich ore deposits, and it also increases your rate at which you find ore. So those are the three most important ones. You'll find them for each profession. Herbalism will have them, skinning will have something slightly different, but this is going to change how much money you make quite drastically, and I'll show you why when we go to the auction house, so I can explain how this all works. But here, if I press overload elemental ore, I can overload the Titan node, I can get the Titan touched portal, and that's going to take me to somewhere else, which is pretty strange, and let me farm there. But it's something that just helps. It gives you different bonuses. This one gave me a portal, which was a little bit, yeah, not too important. But yeah, generally speaking, they do tend to give you some pretty decent rewards. And here was where our node was, which the postmaster will have sent me everything because I farmed the node. But the real reason that you want to do these things is because they give you rousing orders, and rousing order, rousing earth, and rousing fire, and eventually rousing frost, etc., are where you as a casual player can make a lot of money, because you are not going to be crafting, you are only going to be gathering. You're going to be double herbalism, double mining potentially, which for me is what I suggest to a lot of casual players. Pick up 2 gathering professions, and you're going to be getting quite a lot of these, especially if you specialize into this for both of them, and that's where you can make quite a substantial amount of money. And we're going to find out just how much money. So we know we make money off of getting our dragon routing. As you can see, doing the dragon routing, doing the 2 quests, I'm up from my 100 gold to my 1,800. But how much money do you realistically make with mining and gathering? Well, quite a fair amount, actually. It's not going to be anything huge. If you were making millions of gold from it, everyone would be doing it. But if we look here and we look at what I can sell, so let's just look first at the basic ore. So Severite ore sells at 20 gold. I've picked up 34. You'll be picking these up like it's nothing. I can create this, sell it, and I'll sell it in very, very quick time. The silver one obviously sells for a little bit less. Again, I go for the lowest price. I'll sell that in super quick time. You get these people that undercut the market. They will eventually drop out. You can just sell in at the lower price and you'll be good to go. Kazrite ore, this sells for a lot more. As you can see, super duper important. A buyer has been found for your auction. I can sell this for 4,500 gold. Again, super duper valuable. I actually craft, so I'm not going to be selling this, but just as kind of an aside. Now, I'll talk about cloth as my final point. Draconium ore, I can make quite a substantial amount of money selling this as well. But let's talk about the rousing decays, the rousing fire, etc. So rousing fire itself, that is quite common for miners to get. Rousing fire sells for 6 gold each. Very, very good. Rousing fire can be turned into awaken fire. Awaken fire can be sold for 69 gold. So pretty decently valuable. Rousing orders, however, rousing order can be sold for 81 gold each. A awakened order can be sold for 825 gold. So you see how much value you can get out of gathering and getting these overloaded items. Rousing earth is also sold for a decent amount. Rousing decay is quite valuable because you can only pick it up from enemies, but generally speaking, there's a lot that you can do here. That's not the only step. in terms of making money, but it's a very, very, very basic, very easy way to make some money. If you're short on cash, you can sell up on some of these materials, and you should be able to actually have a pretty decent time and make some money back, at least to the point where you're not maybe stuck, in terms of like trying to arrange things. You can also always take it a step further if you are someone who's into professions. So if you're like me, and you can refine items, you can always refine and create items. The best is to make cross class items, so items that other classes will need to create their materials. For blacksmiths, for example, they can create, where is it? It's here. They create obsidian seared alloy. This is something that's incredibly valuable for all players who craft. If you are someone who's maybe not looking to get into crafting, you can still refine the gear, but it doesn't always result in more money. For example, a handful of severite ore bolts that I can make, each one sells for 11 gold. Severite ore bolts take 4 ore to make, so 11, you can do the maths, 11 for 4. If I just sell severite ore, which I did, you can make, I think, a bit more. We can look at my past auctions, I'm sure. Yeah, we sold 34 for 65, so that was 20 each. So you can see that, value wise, it's a lot better to kind of go along this route. That being said, you can make more than one severite bolt at a time. So you make 2 to 3. So it is generally, depending on how lucky you get, better. It also depends on the value of the item that you make. So yeah, that's just some of the quick ways to make money. Another way is also, a lot of players never check this, but just sell your cloth. If you're not someone who's into tailoring, cloth is always there to be picked up. Everyone always loves it. It's not going to get you rockets, but it'll give you gold every now and then. That's kind of my only real major suggestions that I have without going into the more hardcore side of things. That's about as casual as it gets to gold making. Honestly speaking, you shouldn't really have that much issues if you look at doing these things regularly. If you just gather these items, sell them regularly, if you do these quests regularly, you'll have plenty of gold for you as a casual player to roll around with, and you'll be more than fine. So make sure you do that. Another just last mention, for like your weekly quests, for your chests, for like aiding the Accord, and for Dragon quest lines and all that, these can also give you sizable money, a couple thousand gold, which is pretty helpful as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.